What's going on, guys? It's Amazing White here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing some more upcoming units coming to the global version of the game, so let's get into it. Alright, so you guys really enjoyed the last video I made on the upcoming units coming to the global version, so I have 5 more characters that are going to be coming to the global version of the game before Lost Vein Meliodas. So let's go over each of the characters and their kits, and yeah, we'll discuss each of the characters upcoming. So first character we have is going to be Bellion. So this character is from the movie. I forgot what the movie is called, but I didn't watch it myself because I heard it was really bad. But there's a 7 Deadly Sins movie. I think it's on Netflix. You can definitely check it out if you want. But this character, it was the villain. And then there's another character that comes from it called Elat. So we're going to be going over Bellion and Elat. So let's go over Bellion first. Bellion's going to be a blue character. He is the SSR rarity. So for his first skill, he's going to inflict shatter damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies. So shatter is ignoring resistance. So this is the same type of a deal as King's ultimate. So that's pretty cool, I guess. For his second skill, he's going to inflict damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy and deplete 3 ultimate move gauge. So this is the same card as Green Merlin. Pretty nice card. And then for his passive, he's going to heal 30% diminished HP every time a debuff is removed from the hero. So that's actually not even that bad, actually. If we think about this, you could actually probably run a team with Bellion and like King, and if every time you get debuffed, you can cleanse it off and heal, which is not a bad thing, but you're not usually getting debuffed all the time, right? So it does look like Bellion's going to be pretty fodder. Let's go over his ultimate real quick. Inflicts damage equal to 525% of attack on all enemies and can scale to 790. So this is just straight attack. This is the same ultimate as the SR Giant DN. So basically AoE attack, 790 AoE attack is kind of insane. But I don't think it's going to scale as well as like cards like Shatter, like the AoE Shatter ultimate. Overall, like Captain Bellion, he's a decent unit. I mean, his stats are looking pretty decent too. He's got really good HP. His attacks pretty good. His CC overall, like 3,800, is pretty like on the lower side, I guess, for an SSR. But overall, he's not a bad unit. I do think though, when he drops with Elat, you should probably skip the banner, but we'll go over Elat first so we can have a complete decision. So for Elat, she's going to be a red character and SSR rarity. So for her first skill, she's going to inflict detonate damage equal to 400% of attack on one enemy. So detonate is basically the 20% damage per ultimate move gauge. So it's the same card as blue SR Arthur. So if you've used him before, you'll definitely know how this works. For her second skill, she inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy and decreases crit resistance and crit defense by 50% for 2 turns. So this is a brand new card. We've actually not seen this card in the game before, so that's a really like cool ability right there. And then for her ultimate, she removes debuffs and grants debuff immunity on all allies, increases defense related stats of all allies by 100% for 4 turns, and then it can scale to 150% for the defense related stats. That's pretty good. We haven't seen an ultimate like this before either, so this is new. And then for her passive, she increases crit damage of allies by 5% per hero skill use. So I have seen some use from this on the JP version of the game. People have been saying Elat was a really good like partner for a guild boss with Jericho, just to increase that crit damage but every time there's a skill use. So she does have her uses, right? Like she can help with a nuking team, and she does have some unique skills here with the anger light and the ultimate right here. So overall, I do think Elat's probably a better character than Bellion, but I think they're on the same banner on JP. I think they come out on the same banner, or if they don't come out on the same banner, it's within the same time frame. Obviously, these guys are probably going to be a skip for most players. If you're a whale, obviously, you know, get your summons in, but these guys are definitely going to be a skip for me and most players in the game, just because they aren't really that like meta defining as characters. You don't really need them for your teams and your box. So yeah, basically not really worth for Bellion or Elat. So let's go over Red Fat King. So we still don't have Red Fat King. I think he's the last. He's definitely the last like 7 Deadly Sins unit that's not coin shop that hasn't been released yet. I think that is because we already gotten Blue Nunchuck Bond. He's come out recently. We've gotten the Green Giant DN recently also. So I think Red Fat King is the last 7 Deadly Sins unit that hasn't come out that isn't coin shop, right? So let's go over his kit. So Red Fat King is going to be red attribute type. He is an SSR unit. So fight fire with fire. It inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies and fills ultimate move gauge by 2 orbs. So this is the same card as Green Derriere, I think. Yeah, Green Derriere is not out on global yet, but it's the same card where it's basically Escanor's card, the filling ultimate move gauge, but AoE, so it's a pretty decent card. For his second card, he heals HP of all allies equal to 250% of attack and rejuvenates for 3 turns. So rejuvenate is actually really nice because it gives you additional recovery equal to 60% recovered HP at the start of every turn, and it's actually kind of insane. If you've used the red SR Elizabeth, then you'll definitely know how it works, right? It's really cool where it like gives you like basically like infinite healing every turn, right? For his passive, he removes debuffs on the hero at the start of every turn, so that's pretty good. So he's never going to be able to be debuffed. He will be able to be debuffed like on the enemy turn when they're attacking, but other than that, he's going to remove debuffs, which is pretty nice. For his ultimate here, he inflicts damage equal to 560% of attack on one enemy and decreases defense related stats by 40% for 2 turns, and then it can scale to 840%, and with a combined ultimate it can scale to 960. So red Fat King is definitely, I think, the best Fat King in the game. The green one is a close second, but this red Fat King, he's definitely the best one in the game. I don't think you should be summoning for him though when he does come out on a banner, just because like Fat King as a character, right, he isn't really that viable. I mean, like, this character is definitely the best Fat King, but Fat Kings in general, they aren't really good, right? Their stats are pretty low compared to the other kings. So overall, I do think this king is going to be a skip, but when he does come out, you know you have an extra week to save for Lost Vein. Alright, so last video I forgot to go over a Monspeed because I was kind of doing like a 10 commandments type of video, and so we're going to go over Monspeed in this video. So Monspeed is going to be upcoming on the global version of the game also, and we're going to be going over the summonable version and the coin shop version, because I do think that what they're going to do is drop both of them on the same banner like they've been doing on the JP version of the game. So red Monspeed is going to be the summonable version. So he is red type, he is SSR rarity, and for his first skill he's going to inflict damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy and fill ultimate move gauge by 2 orbs. So this is the same skill as green Escanor. Vermilion Bullet, so this skill inflicts weak point damage equal to 170% of attack on all enemies. So this is the AoE weak point skill. So this is a decent card, but I do think the single target weak point is a little bit better. Let's go over his passive. The hero takes 30% less damage from ultimate moves. It's a pretty decent passive. I mean, you're like, most of the time though, you're not going to be getting hit by an ultimate move, so it isn't as useful as you may think, but 30% less damage from ultimate moves is not that bad. And then for his commandment, so allies and enemies will not gain ultimate move gauge from using skills in PvP, applies when entering battle. So the only way you can gain ultimate move gauge is by combining your cards and moving them, so that's going to be pretty cool. It's going to negate a lot of ult rushing teams if like they're trying to do that, right? So for his ultimate, he's going to remove stances on all enemies and inflict damage equal to 280% of attack, applies 2 ignite effects for 4 turns. So this is honestly a pretty weak ultimate card right here. Only goes up to 420% at 6/6. It's a pretty weak card. It's on the level of like Helbram's ultimate, where his only goes up to 525% of attack at 6/6, right? But this is probably the weakest AoE ultimate in the game. Yeah, I mean, that's the red Monspeed. He is a decent character. I don't think you should be summoning on his banner just for him specifically. I do think that if you were to be summoning on the Monspeed banner, it would be for the green Monspeed, as I do think he is better. So green Monspeed is going to be the coin shop Monspeed. He's going to be green attribute and SSR rarity. For his first skill, he's going to inflict weak point damage equal to 300% of attack on one enemy. So this is the single target weak point I was talking about from the other Monspeed, how the single target weak points was really good. And because they buffed weak point, it is now 300% instead of being 275%. So weak point is a really good card nowadays. For his second skill, he inflicts damage equal to 360% of attack on one enemy and depletes 2 ultimate move gauge, deletes 2 of the target's skills. So this is a unique card to Monspeed, and it actually does sound really good. So on the level 3, he's going to do 360% of attack and deplete 2 ultimate move gauge. So it's basically the same card in a way as Green Merlin, but you also delete 2 of the target skills, so that's going to be at random. So this is honestly a really good card. For his ultimate, he's going to remove the stances from all enemies and inflict damage equal to 280% of attack, applies 2 ignites for 4 turns. Same skill, same ultimate as the red Monspeed. And then for his passive, he's going to increase his damage dealt by 100% if attacking enemies with ignite debuff. So you're going to be doing double damage basically on enemies that have ignites off, and that actually coincides really well with his weak point skill, where he does 3 times damage against debuffed enemies. So this is going to be a really good kit, but you do need to support Monspeed with a unit that can apply ignites. So if you were to run Monspeed, you would probably have to run maybe red Melascula or red Demon Meliodas type of thing, or even like Escanor. But yeah, like the only way you can really activate Mon Speed to be really good is gonna be with a ignite debuff on the enemy. So we already did go over his commandment, so it's the same as the other one. And overall, Mon Speed stats are pretty good. 3,800 combat class is still a little bit on the low side, and his HP is a little low, but overall his stats are pretty decent. So do I think it should be summoning on the Mon Speed banner when it does come out? Probably not, because the best Mon Speed is going to be the green one, right? The green one is just the better version. He has the better kit, and so he's going to be a coin shop unit, so you don't have to be worrying about summoning on his banner, right? You can just pick him up from the coin shop. Alright, so that's going over all the upcoming characters I think are going to be coming to the global version of the game before Lost Vein Meliodas. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.